Good morning. I was just looking at this. Lots of traffic. Now, the reverse facing cam would be useless on a load like this. We're way too wide. Almost 11 feet, just a hair under 11 feet wide, so I'm just calling it 11. So, since that reverse cam is useless, and the top of the load is right here, and that cool shot we had yesterday would be this, well, that doesn't work either. So, the load is this wide though. We're over here. We could have a forward-facing cam on top of the load. So we're going to try that. Because I can't think of where else to put a camera other than in the truck, hot potato, but Jess isn't with, so that's useless too. So I'll put this camera on the mirror over here. We'll have the load cam. I had no intention of doing a load cam today until I was setting up the reverse cam. I'm like, well, that's not going to work at all, is it? We are on top of Richter Pass. Right at the summit. There's the turnoff that goes up to Mount Cobo, which is right up there. That little bump up there. Beautiful drive up there. We've got to take you guys up there someday. But yeah, so I got a oversized load of glue lamp panels, 2 different drops, and I've got my door open so it's binging. Hey, Cookie Monster. Gotta say hi to Cookie Monster after all. All right, let's hammer down. All right, close our windows. Good timing. The blind corner and a blind hill, you never know if you're going to cut somebody off, but that worked out pretty good. Whew! Toasty out there again. Ah, there comes our first car. Engine brakes on full, engine fan on. We're heavy, but not max load. So I can come down the hill decently fast. Well, this one's not even that steep, but on the steep ones I can come down decently fast, but not full speed and not crawling either, so. Whew, yeah, 30 degrees Celsius outside. It's gotten hot again. Yesterday's rain made it nice and cool. But today morning, it was warm already in the morning, and then it just continually has gotten hotter. Clouds are starting to clear out, which is beautiful, but we also need that rain. And yes, if you guys can see the road way down there, that is our road. I don't think I've ever done a video with 3 forward-facing cameras. I guess this is the week of new. Man, I loved some of those shots yesterday. Some raindrops on that video, but man, that gave it more of that depth. I felt like the road actually felt more like it was in real world. It's like, hey, it's giving it the right feeling. Of course, I jumped out and there was freshly cut grass, and now my allergies are acting up. I'll be okay. Whew. Looks like he's got a lot of hay bales stacked over there. Running this wide, I'm running on the white line a lot. But the road wants to keep pulling me in. Of course, I get a bug splat on the camera right away. I see it on my phone. Oh well. As long as the other camera's not got a bug splat, we're okay. Little climb here. Excuse me. Call this the roller coaster. Beautiful, beautiful Similkameen Valley. Trying to think where the next pullout is, so I can clean the lens for you guys. Oh, come on. It's just a little allergies. Get over it. So I should have 4-way flashers on for this. And we're at the top. We'll be gaining speed right away. Next time. Next pullout is probably a fruit stand. Hopefully they're not open. If there's a closed fruit stand somewhere, I might pull into one of those. Always love this valley. Similkameen Valley is just such a gorgeous, gorgeous valley. So Similkameen is in southern British Columbia, for those of you not around from this area. Basically going from, not quite as slow, you used to have to go over Richter Pass here, but going from the US border, goes up to Keremeos and then Headley and then Princeton. pulled into that pullout. Got to cross traffic to do that, which is sketchy. Could look at back on the road without cutting anyone off on a run like that or a stop like that. Down the roller coaster. Whee! This is where that big load of hay got unloaded. Not on purpose. Basically a truck, I think, got cut off by an RV, hit an RV, and hit the ditch. The trailer unloaded itself. Definitely a bad day. Engine fan off. Nice and quiet. So with a load this wide, I'm not allowed to drive at night. Anything over 3.2 meters, which is what, 10 feet-ish? You're not allowed to drive overnight without a pilot car. In fact, even this load, you're not allowed without a pilot car during the day even, if you don't have beacons on the top of your truck. So I have to have flags on each corner on each trailer, so that's 8 flags. I have to have oversized load signs on the front and the back of the truck, and I have to have beacon lights on top of the truck. If I didn't have the beacon lights on top of the truck, I would need a pilot car for this load. Dead skunk. Oh yeah. Cheese is juicy smelling. Looks like we got a bit of a line behind us, so it wouldn't hurt pulling over just to let the line go, but really not much opportunity to pull over. All the vineyards are, well, not all the vineyards. Some of the vineyards are doing well. Some of these are not doing well at all. This one over here is pretty dead. Some of the vineyards are doing very well. Well, it's not doing great either. What's going on with the vineyard? I guess with the early frost, farmers have just given up on them. We had a late frost, not an early frost, a late frost that killed a lot of the blooms on all the orchards and vineyards. So it's a bad year for fruits and grapes this year. honestly, a lot of these vineyards are not doing great. There's a lot of dead plants. What's going on? I know our grapes are very picky on moisture levels and pH and all of that stuff. Nitrogen, pH, and moisture levels are incredibly important to stay at the right spot. This orchard, all the leaves are going yellow. Is it just that dry of a year that all the plants are dying? Yeah, the orchard's got yellow leaves all over the place. I hope farmers aren't losing orchards. It has been a very dry, very hot summer so far. There's a bit of a shoulder here. Let's let people by, and then we'll go clean the cameras. Okay. Hopefully, the camera is usable now. You got a river flowing through the Similkameen, keeps everything green on the base there, but I'm wondering if they're limited on how much water you can pump out of the Similkameen River because it goes to the US. So there's international free trade agreements with all of that. I don't know if the free trade agreement, there's international agreements with the Canadian-US border. All the rivers crossing the borders. Basically, Canada and the US have an agreement that if the river goes from Canada to the US, Canada's not going to dam off the river and keep it all in Canada. And if a river goes from the US to Canada, the US isn't going to dam off the river and keep all the water in the US. Depending where along the border you are. I guess all the way from Lake of the Woods in Ontario all the way to the BC border to the ocean, Pacific Ocean. Got rivers flowing in multiple directions. The Red River's a big one in Manitoba that flows from the US to Canada. We've got Columbia River flows from Canada to the US, Kootenay River flows from Canada to the US, and then back into Canada, and then back to the US. I guess it goes into Columbia River before it goes back to the US. Skagit River, Canada to the US, Similkameen River, Canada to the US. Okanagan River. I'm sure there's more. Welcome to Costin. Apple trees look like they're doing good. Another skunk. Apparently somebody went out overnight and hit all the skunks. Imagine some poor vehicle hitting a couple of skunks. It's like, no, not another. The vehicle's unusable by the end of the night. Well, it looks like they had a fire over here. Oh. It's like hard on the brakes. And then they don't even speed up. Cut off a big rig and then they don't even speed up. Come on now. Doing 60 and 100 and a 90. Okay, getting up to 70 and a 90. Biggest problem with local drivers, they're just driving a couple of blocks, couple of miles, and they're in no rush. Here's the traffic coming down the highway at 15-20 kilometers over the speed limit. That's how accidents happen. If you're too slow or too slow meeting too fast. Bouncy. Up to 80. Think we can get all the way to the speed limit? That'd be awesome. $85. Looks like we maybe maxed it out at 87. And we're slowing down. Today I've had so many slow cars. It's like so obnoxious. At least on this one, I know as soon as we're through Keremeos, there's a 4-lane section. Oh, looks like they had a fire here too. Along the fence line on the... Huh. At least I know after Keremeos there's passing lanes and I can go, but I had some Albertan, just the SUV, all the way from Paulson to Greenwood. Just miles upon miles and miles. The car would just crawl around corners. Hit its brakes, doesn't matter what kind of corner it is, if it has a caution speed limit corner or not. Crawl around the corners. The lineup must have been miles behind me. Okay, we got brake lights, but are we turning off or not? No, we're not turning off. We were just scared of the corner? Okay. And that car would just fly like a rocket as soon as there's a little straightaway, so there's no way for me to pass them. And as soon as the straightaway would end, then I would catch them up immediately. It was just all the way through Christina Lake, all the way through Grand Forks, and in Rock Creek that pulled over. I'm like, hallelujah. So painful. Like, we were doing 30, 20 kilometers an hour around some corners. It's like, come on. Welcome to Keremeos. Van. What are you waiting for? There was no vehicle, now there is. What are you waiting for? What about now? Now what are you waiting for? Let's go. Literally no vehicles coming. What? Let's go. I've got vehicles, unfortunately. Okay. One more. One more. Oh, they're turning off. Okay. I can go. Looks like a new building is finally going up. Last time they built a brand new building there, it burnt down within a couple of weeks after opening the brand new building, so hopefully this one stays open. Oh, good. Slow vehicle turned off over there. Pedestrian. Nope. Pedestrians running across. Covering up her ears because my truck's so loud. guys are into fresh fruit, lots of fruit stands along the road here in Keremeos. Lots and lots of fruit stands. Huge rock slide area. I've climbed up that. We used to live down here and climbed way up that, like right to the top. Don't know if you guys can see the top. Climbed the rock slide area. Because I could. I destroyed my jeans by the time I got all the way back down, but that's what you get for climbing up the slide, because it's all just sharp, jagged rocks. I don't know if you guys can see the red bridge on the left-hand side, but old railroad trestle bridge. You can drive across nowadays. You can actually drive down underneath the bridge and park on the waterbed or on the riverbed. So this time of year it's pretty shallow. You can park down there. So this was supposed to be 4 lanes all the way through this section, but when they 4-lane this section of highway, there was a dispute with the Native American tribe here, so they never 4-laned the road through the tribe lands. This is called the Alexis Indian Reservation number 9. Standing rock. Always a cool rock there leaning over the highway. Like one day it'll fall over. Doing some land clearing here, getting rid of all the sagebrush and weeds and stuff. I don't know if that's just fire prevention or if they're building something new there. 4-lane for a little bit. Then we actually lose one of the lanes because they just gave up. That one cliff coming up just had so many rock slides that kept closing the road down. They decided, you know what, let's build a big barrier in one of the lanes. Not even a big barrier, but let's build a barrier in one of the lanes, and that'll keep the rocks from closing the highway down so often. That mountain just looks dead. I had a huge forest fire here last year, and now that the grass is all gone golden, you can just see dead trees. It's the mountain on the left-hand side across the river. Right here is the barricade they build right on top of the lane, and fills up with rocks, and then they go along it with an excavator and clear all the rocks out again. I guess this is as good as any spot to call it a day. Hope you guys enjoyed the Similkameen Valley. And hopefully we get a different viewpoint in tomorrow's video. Or I could just use, because this is 2 drops, this load. Maybe I can just leave the mount up there and use the same viewpoint tomorrow. Maybe turn it a little up. Maybe I'll see if I can tweak it and turn it a little bit better to get a better view. Because I really don't know where else I would aim it at. We're going to be on Highway 7 tomorrow. For those of you guys that watch the bonus video, I intend to shoot the bonus video on Highway 7 today. See how that goes. But yeah, all right, I was saying goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow, most likely on Highway 7. The plan is to unload this, drop the pup at location 1, unload the pup there, and then drive just the single trailer into North Vancouver. So, just the front trailer into North Vancouver and deliver on site. So it should be an interesting day tomorrow. But I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for all your support. You guys absolutely rock.